Howdy, everybody. Howdy. Welcome back to Stranded Deep in Conversation, where we converse about things that I want to talk about, because I'm the big cheese here. I'm the big kahuna, the guy with the microphone. So, Tubby, okay, I made a sandwich and some mac and cheese to go with the sandwich. My cats have been going hog wild on it, so if you hear me bite food, it's because I'm eating. But it's also lunchtime over here, so sorry. But hey, hope you're doing well. Today, I didn't really think of a topic, but I thought of one like a couple minutes ago. When I started hitting record, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta think of something to talk about. I figured we'd talk about my dental history. Probably not gonna call it my dental history, probably gonna call it like some crazy dentists, or crazy dental stories. Crazy teeth stories, there we go. Boom. Easy title, there we go. Crazy tooth stories. Crazy tooth story? That's a weird one. It's like, it just sounds like someone's like my tooth has a knife in its hand. It's like, hey, it better floss! But no, it's not that. What am I saying? I don't remember. It's some crazy teeth stories. Alright, but first of all, I hope you're doing well. My meal of choice today, as I just said, a sandwich. But what kind of sandwich is it? Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's salami and American cheese on an Asiago cheese bagel. So there's like cheese melted onto it. It's fire. Also, with a small side of barbecue pulled pork. Mac and cheese. So there's like some pulled pork. You know how pulled pork mac and cheese works. I don't think the concept is very far out. But yeah, it's pretty good. So, hence why I might be eating, because I can't hold myself back, because it is delicious. And I just made it, and I was like, ah, shit. I had forgot to do this. Oopsie. My bad. But, yeah. I'm gonna try to not eat after that one. But, so, dentists. My teeth. My teeth, I've been pretty lucky, if I'm being completely honest. Like, my teeth aren't exactly perfectly shaped. I had the opportunity to get braces. I didn't take it for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I didn't. Maybe at some point when you know, I'm when my like, I don't know how insurance covers adult braces, but I don't care. I'm not too worried about how my teeth look. That's just kind of how they are. But I was never really that good at brushing my teeth. I think I went over this during my New Year episode, which was the last one. Sorry, I didn't record one last week. I woke up really late, and I had a lot of I worked in the morning, and I also worked at night, and there was no really good break in between to actually record anything. So I woke up like a little late, so I kind of had to rush getting up in the morning, so I didn't have time to record like I wanted to. So I apologize. But yeah, so I mean, my teeth have always been kind of weird looking, but also never really helped that I ever really brushed them. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, my mom actually worked in a dentist's office for a very long time. And so she always knew the importance of, keeping your teeth clean. So she always tried to get us to brush our teeth. But I never I still to this day don't like the taste of mint. And since like 99% of toothpaste is mint flavored except for the children's stuff, I don't really care much for brushing my teeth. Still don't. I never did as a kid. I never did as a teenager. Never did throughout my pretty much entire life. I care about it a little bit more now, but either way. So, yeah, my teeth aren't exactly the best in terms of color, which every dentist has told me, you should probably brush your teeth some more, maybe floss. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it tastes weird. But something about dentists, man. I'm not afraid of dentists. First, to start the conversation there, I'm not afraid of dentists. I don't care what they do in my mouth as long as they don't hurt me. As long as they don't stick a needle in my gums and say, I'm going to make you bleed like crazy. Which is their plan, but they don't tell me that. They just say, we're going to clean your teeth. And somehow they wind up with me spitting out buckets of blood. Not buckets, I'm obviously over-exaggerating, but you understand. You all understand what I'm talking about. Blood in the water, per se. So to speak. But yeah, it's just dentists they do their job, and I don't complain. That's pretty much how I see dentists. However, sometimes they don't do their job very well. Like I have some very specific examples in my head. None of these are written down, so I might forget one that's really good in the middle of me talking about one, because that's just how my brain works. So let's just keep going. So the youngest memory that I have of a dentist appointment. I don't know the year, but it was. I think I was probably no more like I was probably like first grade or less. You know, I don't have a lot of memories from like beyond from like 0 to 5, but I have some. One of which was me vomiting all over my desk in kindergarten, and then everyone having to go to a different room while I just sat there and soaked in my vomit. But other than that, first grade dentist appointment. Somewhere around there anyway. Everyone went. We were just doing, standard teeth cleaning. We were just checking everyone, make sure they didn't have cavities or whatever. I, to this day, have not gotten a single cavity because I don't care much for sugar. I don't care for sweet things, so sort of is lucky. My way goes. I don't get cavities. So, ew. Hi. Hi. I should pause. I just pause to go close my door, and then I get back and I throw my hand into my bowl of mac and cheese. This is disgusting. That was actually just vile. I slid up. My stupid chair sucks. I need to get a new chair. Because this thing is a disaster. I fucking slid. I kicked back and I went to grab the bed and I fucking dug my hand into the mac and cheese. But yeah, never got a cavity. So I'm just cool like that. But either way, so I still went to dentist appointments for a while. And one of these dentists, we actually were around for a while. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like our childhood dentist up until like high school probably. He was a cool dude. And yeah, there was one appointment where he was cleaning our teeth. And he's like, okay, so you can do like mint, like cherry, grape, or bubble gum. So like, what flavor do you want? I'm like, ooh, bubble gum. I didn't like bubble gum at the time. I didn't like gum because I'm just fuck. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just don't like gum. I do now. Not like mint gum, but like bubble gum. I like bubble gum now. But I didn't as a kid. But for whatever reason, I was like, ooh, bubble gum. Wow. So I went for the bubble gum option. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to start cleaning. You just keep your mouth open and you'll be just fine. And, he starts. And I kid you not. The moment he puts, I think it was a drill. It was any sort of, the first tool he put in my mouth. I violently vomited all over that man and myself. Because I was laying down. For whatever reason, we were laying down when he was cleaning our teeth. Kind of an interesting idea, but I don't entirely understand. But either way. I guess you're supposed to lay down, when you're in a chair. I think I was just on like a bed thing. But either way, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the whole context. All that matters is that I vomited all over the place out of just fear. And the moment that flavor hit my mouth, I was like, oh dear Lord, I hate this, and I just vomited all over him and over me. And he's just like, oh, okay, well this is. I guess we're not doing bubblegum. So. He left, he cleaned up. I was like, yes, I must clean up. And I told my sisters and they laughed at me. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of stupid. And yeah, I think we did cherry after that, and that was okay. I think I was just kind of sick when we first started, but from what I don't entirely remember the day, so I could have just really hated bubblegum. But yeah, interesting story. I hope he's doing well. He's a good guy, good dentist. Cool dude. I'm trying to think. There was one time. Let's try to stay within the veins of age. So, for the longest time, I didn't lose any of my baby teeth. And that's another thing that was always weird. I'd go into dentists. I think I would be 9 or 10. And I go to a dentist and they'd be like, you still haven't lost a baby tooth yet? I'm like, no, dude, I don't know. I don't understand why. And he's like, oh, dude, that's kind of weird. We might have to start. This is kind of interesting. It's not exactly. Maybe, I think 9 or 10 might be a little too old. But still, Like, no, maybe not. I don't remember. But it was definitely older than I should have. Like, I didn't lose teeth. Like, my teeth were freaking solid as rocks as a kid. Still now. I got lucky. I got really good. I got good teeth. They don't look good, but they are good. But yeah, like yeah, so like the first tooth I lost, I remember it very specifically because it was at my grandma's house. I want to say it was Christmas. I like how I said I remember it very vividly and specifically, but I want to say it was Christmas. Either way, it was like everyone was there and they were staying the night. So it was some sort of we're doing something. And I remember we were all getting ready for bed, and my mom is like, "Hey, we gotta brush your teeth," because I was still like a kid who was an asshole and didn't want to brush his teeth. So she was like, "I'll brush your teeth for you then." So she cared about my dentist, my hygiene, and she takes me into the bathroom, starts brushing my teeth, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And like as I go to like spit, like all the stuff out of my mouth, the toothpaste, and when I hate it, and I spit, and lo and behold, a tooth comes out. But I spat it into I didn't know I lost a tooth, so I just spat the stuff into my mouth. So I spit it out into the sink, where there is no like little thing on the bottom to like catch things in case they fall into the sink for whatever reason. So it just goes down the drain, and I never see that tooth again. I didn't get any money for it, even though she saw it. Actually, I think she gave me money. She gave me like $5. Which, by the way, that's a market in itself. Just getting money for your teeth. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just strange. It was strange. And he's like, "Oh, just spit out my tooth," and it falls down the drain. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And I tell my siblings, like, "Hey, I lost a tooth." And they're like, "No, you did not." I'm like, "Yeah, see." And like, "Oh, where is it?" I'm like, "It's in the sink." All right, the sink was so impressed that it took my tooth. I got $5. But there's another situation that I just remembered actually, where I lost a tooth for very odd reasons. We were in it was my whole family. We were going out for the day, and we went to like Toys R Us. We went to like a little shopping area where we used to live. And there was like a Toys R Us, there was like a Wendy's, like a Dick's Sporting Goods, a whole bunch of stuff. We went to Toys R Us, got a whole bunch of cool shit, and then we went to Wendy's, and I'm sitting with my siblings, my sisters, and I'm just eating some Wendy's, like enjoying a day, and I get to a French fry, and I'm take a bite, and I'm like, this is just pretty tasty. 'Cause at the time I only really ate chicken and fries. I didn't care for like hamburgers. I only really picked up hamburgers in like sophomore year of high school. So I was a late bloomer to red meat, but God, it's delicious. But yeah, either way. Yeah, so I take a bite of the French fry, and I'm taking a few bites, and then I hit like a really like chunky piece, like a solid. Like it felt like a really, really uncooked potato, or something. I didn't understand. In my head, I was like, oh, it's just a really, really uncooked potato or something. This is like not a properly made French fry. There's something in here, and I spit. Luckily, because I'm not an idiot, I spit the entire French fry out of my mouth. So there's just a bunch of goop on like my plate on this, and then I'm like looking through it. I'm like, what the hell was that? And I see this whitish solid. I'm like, oh, huh? And then I tongue around my mouth. I'm like, oh shit, that's my tooth. My tooth, no, my baby boy. And then, yeah, so I was just eating a French fry, and I lost a tooth. Like one of the softest foods in the world. Like people like say like, oh, eat apples or chew gum. No, eat Wendy's French fries. Wendy's has never hit the same for me after that. I'm being completely honest. This isn't a joke. Wendy's, I don't get the hype for Wendy's. I don't get the hype for most fast food places, mostly because I am a plain Jane. I don't care for like extra toppings or condiments or anything. If I get a cheeseburger, I want the meat and the cheese and the bun, and just call it a day. So everywhere kind of tastes the same. I feel like a lot of the specialness doesn't really come from the meat. It comes from like their ingredients and how they combine them or whatever, or their sauces. I don't really do sauces for chicken or anything like Chick-fil-A. I don't care much for Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is just chicken unless you put the sauce on it, because everyone loves the sauce, but I don't really care for putting sauce on my chicken. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want for me. So, yeah. Either way, tooth time. uh, so yeah, I mean, just my teeth have always been a little on the stranger side of things. Never like, never like, they're gonna friggin' break sort of things. But I guess like, hey, they just kind of look weird. Yeah, I remember one day, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. I think it was 8th grade. Or 8th or ninth. It might have been 8th or ninth. And they're like, we can hook them up with some braces. Because, their teeth kind of all fucked up. They still very much so are. But, I mean, it's not like it hurts to close my mouth. I mean, it does, but it's not because of my teeth. Like, I have like a weird pop in like the right side of my jaw. Actually, I'm not going to go get diagnosed because I don't really care. It only hurts if I open my mouth too much. So I just don't do that. It's very easy. Yeah, so they like offered braces. And I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, why not? I don't see why not. And I'm like talking to one of my friends about it, who had braces for a while, and he's like, "Don't do it, man." It was years. It's years of just eating shit and being like, "Ah, damn it! Now I ate this, and now my face hurts, and now my braces are all weird, and I gotta go get them redid or whatever." And it's just a lot of pain, a lot of hassle. At the end of the day, you get some nice teeth, but I mean, I guess he didn't include that part because it scared me enough to be like, "Nah, I don't want to do it. I'm okay. Pass." So to this day, my teeth are still screwed up. I don't blame him for it because I completely understand. After going through fucking hell and back with your teeth, it only makes sense that you don't want other people to experience that. But yeah, I mean, it's just. I feel like braces could have been a good thing. It definitely still can be a good thing, especially now that I have. I think one of the main problems is that I didn't have. I still had like baby teeth at the time, so they're like, if you want to do this, we'll have to like pull like 3 teeth or something, because again, I don't freaking day 50. Congratulations, 50 days stranded eat conversation, everybody. But yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not exactly the good at what am I saying? Yeah, my teeth weren't good at falling out when they're supposed to. Um, Sometimes when I would get like my teeth falling out, like I think they'd give me money or they'd give me some funky weird toys or something. And I always remember whenever someone would lose a tooth that wasn't me, like my mom would like go out super late and just find a toy at some store or whatever, and we just be like, oh, it was $5, $10, sure, go for it, and then we just need to get that. And there was one thing in particular that I remember getting that was absolutely just awful, but I loved it. It was this like I wake up, I go into the kitchen, I'm like, oh, I didn't get any money on my pillow. Oh, but she left this, and it's this like blue plane, like this massive chunky blue plane thing that when you like hit a button on it or something, it like starts lighting up and making like a fucking it made it like a song. It wasn't like a singing song. It was just like or I like vaguely remember the tune to it. It was just like that stereotypical like dollar store. You hit a button and something lights up and makes sound. It's just it wasn't exactly great, but it was just like so mesmerizing as a kid. So you can see this blue plane with a bunch of like red and yellow lights going off, and there's like little people sticking out of the top of the plane. And you're like, what the hell? What's going on? This is awesome. And I genuinely loved that thing. And I still think about it sometimes. I don't know where the hell it went. But gosh dang, was that a good gift. I'm going to take a bite out of my sandwich now. Well, sorry. I like to chew. Except I don't. Or my water. Sorry, y'all. Alright. Should've just paused. It's like 20 seconds and nothing, but yeah, so another thing about my teeth. Wisdom teeth. I don't know if mine are growing in or not, but they're whatever's going on in the back of my teeth is not good. They're like there's like a tooth. It's like halfway sticking out, so I can see it. The other half is like behind all like the muscle and flesh on the side of my cheek, which makes me think that my wisdom teeth are growing into my face. So maybe I'll get like tusks in a few years. Which sounds kind of cool, if I'm being completely honest, but probably not good if I had to guess. Have you guys? I just got reminded of like the picture. Oh, I'm gonna click out of the game, so it's just gonna be a bunch of me looking at the grass. There's like, I want to like if you like cut a jaw in half, you kind of like see like the backup teeth like inside of your jaw, like your mouth, like they're already there. It's so creepy. It's like you see the teeth, and then like once those go, there's like another row of teeth like right below it. Teeth in skull. It's fucking terrifying. Ugh. Gosh, it's actually hideous. Oh my gosh, it's so gross. It's disgusting. I need to show you guys this. I'm so sorry, but I need to show you guys this. How do I... Hold on. This. Open. And teeth and skull. Full screen. Scroll down. It's so terrifying. I like... Yeah, well, I'm gonna pause for a second. Look at this. This is actually just revolting. It's so gross. Like, look at this. This is your face. Like, you get to, like, once those teeth go out, there's more teeth there that just get pushed in. And look at all the holes and stuff. Like, look at this. It's terrifying. It's actually terrifying. Like, dear Lord. What is wrong with the way humans work? This is revolting. Ugh. Gosh. It's absolutely frackin' disgusting. Jeez, Louise. But yeah, teeth are gross. So yeah, I feel like mine are kind of growing in weird, but whatever, I don't... Everyone's wisdom teeth growing weird, it's why they remove them. But tonsils, my tonsils haven't been removed. I never liked ice cream anyway, so the idea of being able to eat all the ice cream you want never really was a big factor for me. Ice cream's just not for me. My teeth are too sensitive to the cold. But I'm not a big fan. But I like really cold water, but I kind of like that pain, you know? It's like, oh, holy shit, this is so refreshingly cold, oh my gosh. But, yeah. I have one more dentist store that I can remember off the top of my head, and it's a doozy. So, this is like high school, probably like 10th, 11th grade. And I go to the dentist with my family, and it's my turn. They clean my teeth, like, okay, all is good. However, he still has a baby tooth. Because of course I do. I still have a baby tooth in my face. And they're like, it would make sense to get rid of it now, so that way the rest of the teeth don't grow in properly, he doesn't experience pain or whatever while they're growing. And, you know, I'm in 11th grade, or 10th or 11th grade, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I can understand that. But they're talking to my mom like I'm a 6-year-old, so it's like, okay, well, fair enough. So they're like, okay, as long as you and him are okay with it, we can, you know, pull out the tooth. And I'm like, yeah, why not? And my mom was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then we go, and they go back into the room. Because, you know, like, I was still, like, laying down under, like, my gown and stuff. But I told her I wouldn't mind, and then she went to my mother, and who was in the waiting room, and I was like, okay, go for it. And they're like, okay, so she said you can do it, so we're gonna do it. And in not a minute's time, it was out. Believe it or not, super out. And that tooth was out. However, you know who wasn't out? Me. They kept me wide awake, and fair enough. They're supposed to keep you awake. It's not like it's anything, you know. It's not like surgery, you know. It's gonna hurt, but I mean, come on, dude. What was wrong with you? No, they didn't give me anything, but a warning, like a small heads up. They didn't give me any like numbing agent for my teeth. They didn't give me any like assurance that it'd be fine. They didn't give me any medical thing to be like, oh hey, this isn't gonna hurt as much. They didn't like numb it up. They didn't like give me like something that's just like a pill to swallow or whatever. They literally just took my tooth with some freaking dentist pliers and ripped it out of my face. Like some psychopaths. They just took it out. They just yanked my tooth out. And I was fully aware and fully in pain when they did that. and I had to pretend that it was fine. I was like, oh, cool, turns out great. But the moment I left that friggin' office, I was like screaming. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, fucking, like, I was already like talking loud. I'm like, no, I just need to go to the bathroom. And I go in there. I'm crying. I'm like, my face is all a disaster. It was just, God, it was awful. And like I had like that situation where like whenever you lose a tooth and you like rub your tongue around, and it's like there's just a weird hole, and like you talk weird, and it's confusing. You're like confused as to why there's like a weird hole in your thing. I'm like, ah, God, it was so unbelievably painful. Like I go into the waiting room, and I was like, how was it? I'm like, she's like, well, I mean, they did pull a tooth. It's supposed to hurt. They didn't give me anything. They just violated your boy. She's just like, oh God, because I mean, as I said, she worked in the dentist office for a long time, so she knows the general procedure for that sort of stuff. But that wasn't given to me. I was just told, hey, we're taking out your tooth, and then they took out my tooth. They waited. They played no games. They gave me nothing. They took it out, gave me a pat on the ass, and said, all right, who's next? It was awful. It was so unbelievably awful. Yeah, so, but the thing is, I still don't hate dentists, I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of stupid dentists. Like, most people are afraid of stupid doctors or stupid spiders that want to stupidly bite you. It's just weird. But yeah, so dentists are cool. Teeth are cool. And as of late, I've been trying to, brush my teeth more. As much as the general look of them don't exactly tear me off. The color of them certainly does. They're not like freaking stained yellow, like British people yellow, but they could be whiter. They could definitely look nicer. So I've been trying to brush my teeth a little bit more, and recently I bought one of those little Colgate like tooth whitening pen things with like gel. Where you click the thing and it spurts gel, and then you have to rub it onto your teeth. I don't entirely understand how to do that. But with my screwed up teeth, it's very hard to get each tooth without overlapping or hitting my gums or whatever. So it's always just a lot of weird, just itchy, but it's whatever. I mean, they say don't get it on your gums, your lips, or it might itch or whatever. So I'm like, okay, fine. It's not like it's unbearable or I'm gonna fucking break out into hives. But one thing that it does do is, because the whole point of the pen thing is you brush your teeth, and then you put on this whitening stuff, and then in the morning when you go to, you're supposed to go to sleep. It's like overnight pen thing. So you put the gel on, then you sleep. You don't need anything. You don't need what's it called? The thing you put in your mouth. Not dentures. It's like the retainer. You don't need a retainer or anything for it. You just put the gel on. You go to sleep. And you wake up, you brush your teeth again, and you wipe off all the, you brush off all the weird goo and shit as you're brushing your teeth. So it's okay, cool. And then you do that. It says on the thing, do it for 7 days, 7 nights, and you'll have much whiter teeth. 15 years of stains gone. And I'm halfway through that week, and they don't look any better. But I completely understand why. And this is on fault of my mouth. Because my mouth, like a lot of people, salivates. Unlike a lot of people, salivates a lot. The moment I close my mouth with that stuff on, my mouth starts to produce saliva at an incredible rate, because it feels something in my mouth. It's like, oh cool, we gotta break that down, get it in my system. I gotta get it in my belly. But no, so I'm just trying to keep this damn stuff in my mouth, and as a result, I have a lot of saliva buildup, and I don't want to swallow that because it's festering with all this teeth stuff that it specifically says don't swallow too much or more than the amount that it says you're supposed to use, or see it or call poison control. So I'm like, okay, I don't like fucking with that. I've never liked fucking with that as a kid. I cried once because I swallowed a little bit of sunscreen while putting it on, and I read the thing. It's don't ingest or call poison control. I thought I was gonna die. I started crying a lot. And yeah, so I don't like messing with that. So as a result, I don't swallow it, and I just spit. So I just spit it all out. So by the time I go to bed, which is an hour after I put the dang thing on, I've already probably spat most of it out onto the trash into the trash. So it's just like by the time I wake up, it doesn't really feel like there's anything on my teeth. Like it's all gone by the time I sleep. So it's a good idea for people who don't have a mouth that thinks there's a ham sandwich in it every time you put something you think it's something in its mouth. That sentence would have made sense if I just said it right, but it's fine. But yeah, my teeth aren't the smartest. I had this like retainer bit thing where like you put it in, like you brush your teeth and you put some gel in on your like inside of it, and then you clamp it onto your teeth for like 10 minutes and then you take it off. But I don't know where that went. That worked pretty well, but also had me salivating like a motherfucker. Like I just like standing there with the thing, because you take it out like pretty quick, and I have that on, and like for 2 minutes it's fine, and then right after that it's like, oh shit, there's something in here. Let me just it's like my mouth I'm just a drooling mess for the entire rest of the time I have the thing on. It's a disaster, but it's fucking hilarious. But I mean, it maybe works. I don't know. But regardless, the only thing I do know is that trying it makes me brush my teeth more, which in turn will make my teeth look nicer and just be healthier. So hey, I'm cool with it. It's whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's more dentist stories. I'm sure there's plenty. But I personally don't have too many. Cause I don't have cavities. You know, like the only things that have happened, some people pulled my teeth out stupid. I threw up on some dentists. No, and it's really not too crazy. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much. I mean, dentist's office and doctor's offices always had those cool, like, waiting room toys and stuff, like the ones with the blocks where you, like, push them around. See, I would be a teenager, and I'd still be playing with those things, because they're fascinating, they're cool. It's always cool to see which way they spiral and shit. It's like, whoa, holy fuck! I'm not 4. Alright, my brain isn't 4, I swear to God. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, dentists, yeah, like, my teeth, I had a few, like, quick stories to ramble off, but I haven't had, like, nothing's too crazy. Like, my teeth aren't, like, dead or dying or whatever, they're just kind of there. But, you know, there's always some stories, no matter how there you may be. So, I gave you some. So, with that, sorry it's a bit of a shorter stranded deep in conversation, but I mean, hey, I got out what I wanted to. I'm not just gonna fill another 15 minutes full of ums and thinking and whatever. So, I also want to eat my food. It's getting very cold. I already heated it up, and I gotta heat it up again. Thanks, guys. No, I'm kidding. You're good. But thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time. And before you go, those of you who watched my Raft series, my friends, more is to come. We finally finished the game, and I have all the footage of it, and it's taking up a lot of space in my computer, so I'm going to start flushing some of those out soon. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, that's it. Alright, see you guys. Bye now.